Is having a sofa bed for your home office a good idea? Your home office could be anywhere in your house, in your living room for example. Thanks for joining me on Trusted Creators. In this video I'm going to show you this sofa I've had for nearly a year. It comes in a couple of names. I'll show a little pop-up on screen to show you I brought it. You'll know I brought a number of different sofas and options from Amazon. So I'm basically working through about 10 different sofas, settees that I picked up for a home office. This video will help you explain if I think this is a good sofa for you or not, especially designed for home working and keep for working on your laptop for example. So the link to this sofa will be in the description so you can check out the current price for this sofa and the name of it. You may have already seen this sofa that I'm talking about in my previous video where I was showing you my excellent coffee table that is great for home working for a laptop. So again, with home working, a lot of people won't have a lot of space. Some people are lucky enough to have a dedicated home office room where you can just have office equipment, but with me I've been lucky that I've actually got a few places that I can use, and I'm just testing out different scenarios for these. So you'll notice a lot of these items I've bought myself with my own money thanks to Trusted Creators, and I'm going to bring you a real life honest opinion on all of these. What the plan is here, my plan is to show you what I've brought and how it's doing for me. A lot of these I've had long term, so I know a lot of people online will get like influencer videos. I'm not a big fan of those because people are sent stuff for free and they expect to get good reviews, so they sell more products getting a higher commission. I'm not really all about that. The main reason I made this channel and Trusted Creators is to give you a real life opinion, so you'll be getting exactly the feedback that you want to hear basically if you're buying this. Having this sofa is an option to actually help improve your setup. If you're planning to use your living room as a normal living room but also double up as another location for working from home, because when you're working on a standing desk, if you've got an electric desk you can stand for a bit. If you've got an office chair you can sit down. You remember I did the 3 office chair video review and how I found those. But it's always nice to move around, especially if you're working from home and doing quite a lot of editing for example. If you've got the option for having a laptop that is movable, you can easily use a home office coffee table like I used before and have that in your living room and then have a nice sofa. Now what do I think about this sofa? So let's get into that. The first thing that I noticed is because this is coming from Amazon, they're posting you this sofa, which does mean I'm sure they have thought about the weight on this item, so they've purposely made it lightweight. I was able to set up the sofa. It's like a futon sofa bed. The back actually pushes down and a few different brands make it. Novotech, I'll put a name up on screen, makes it, as well as Yahi Tech and a few other brands make it as well, and it slots together, so it was easy to put together. But if you're used to proper sofa quality, like thick wood made sofas, this is not going to be the item for you. It feels very flimsy. When I'm sitting on it, it does move around, so it's not going to be like the best sofa in the world. However, how I look at it is, if I'm sitting on this sofa for 2 hours, hour and a half, I'll want to get up. It's like you get sore bum. That to me is a good thing, because if you have a really comfortable sofa, you could sit on your sofa all day and just let the time pass. So this sofa being not very comfortable is actually a benefit for me, because I have to get up every couple of hours, and that means I'm doing something else. So I'll do a bit of editing, move that table out the way, move the coffee table in, and you've got other flexible options as well. So if you actually got an office room, you can put this as a sofa bed. So you can use it as an additional bed option if you need to stay at work, or if you've got an apartment and you're finding it difficult to get a big sofa up. In that example, it's actually going to be pretty good because it folds up, and it's got a center hinge system. So what I did also notice is, having this for a longer period of time, that center hinge system is okay, but that gap is slightly getting more and more wider as you use it. So that is something to keep in mind. This is not a solid one-piece sofa, it's actually in 2 separate pieces, and that will be either a deal breaker or not for you. It looks the part. When you look at it, it looks very fancy, snazzy. But when you sit on it, there's not much cushion there. It's very what's the word, I can't really describe it. It's contemporary, and you're sitting on the sofa as opposed to sitting in the sofa, if that makes sense. If you have a really comfy cushioned sofa. You know what I mean when I say sitting in the sofa. You feel like you're part of the sofa, very comfortable, like a really thick duvet type style. But this is more of you're sitting on, not a bench, slightly more comfortable than a bench, but it looks very nice. You can push back and sit on it. And for home office working environments, I reckon it is actually ideal. And the reason for that is it's got a good option for moving around. If you've got a small location, you can fold it up and take it to different rooms. It makes into a bed. You won't feel like sitting on it for hours and hours, so you won't waste your whole entire day. It'll get you moving up and about. How much are these worth now? I think this is, I'll put a price up on the screen. You'll see the price that it's currently at. And I'll put a link in the description so you can check out the item itself to see what the current pricing on this is. It's available in the UK and the US, so you can actually pick it up and it delivers to your house in one box. I was able to make it myself, and that gives you a good overview of this sofa. Is there anything I missed out? I'm hoping this helps you. I'll see you on the next video in this series of sofas for home working.